T. It's been a long time, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Rizzy to the vibe, and I'm back again with another test of the 9070 XT paired with the 9800X 3D, and this time on a very well-known game, I guess. Yeah, very sought after game, just came out very recently. Crimson Desert, guys. I'm just gonna adjust the audio, possibly it's a bit loud. Yeah, all right, so we're literally in the game right now. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the settings I'm playing with right now. I'm gonna turn off any upscaling, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna apply that. There we go. Go to back to the settings. I'm gonna go to graphics, and everything's on its highest settings. Even ray tracing is on. However, ray generation is not on. Okay, and that is something that we're gonna have to look at. Okay, so I'm gonna go out of the game. Currently getting a decent 90 FPS on the highest settings. GPU temperature, CPU temperature, you can see all of that information on the top left corner. Frame times are hovering around 11, 10, 9. Yeah, so I've already done pretty much the tutorial where you end up getting slaughtered by the Black Bear's boss. So I'm guessing I have to jump on this horse. This game is very beautiful. Like, fucking hell. Marvel at this game. Wow, amazing. Yeah, I was just talking about that, lad. Okay, all right, so I can dismount by pressing R. I can ride the horse, no diddy, using E. So I can go a bit faster. So let's go up a bit. We're going to go to this tavern, I think, a little pub in the corner. This game is very like heavily story based. Unskippable cutscenes, which I'm not really a fan of, but hey, you know, the game is the game, innit? What can you do? Look at the puddles. Look at that. The audio, so nice. It's very atmospheric, man. Like, it's fucking, look at the waterfall. I mean, just look at this game. I'm fucking impressed. Okay, mind my language. Wow, man, we were just down there earlier. Look at the water. Yeah, I must agree. Day 4, Thursday, 1:21 PM, Andean territory, 3 Saints Falls. Alright, this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and test out the upscaling. So right now we're getting around 90 FPS solid. You can check out the frame times individually for the CPU and the GPU. And you can see the VRAM is barely being used, you know. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna just turn on this. Let's see what happens. Not really an impact. We're gonna turn on native AA. Okay. And actually a slight dip in the FPS by a couple of frames. But yeah. Let's see. It does give you a brief description. So apparently this is delivering anti-aliasing, so higher image quality than native rated rendering at a fair performance, slightly impacting FPS. We're going to switch to quality right now, see what happens. So we have a 20 frame boost, even 30 I would say, and not really much of an impact on the quality, maybe slightly for those of you who have eagle eyes, but for me it's pretty much the same as native, and I'm getting more performance out of it. So yeah, so I'm going into the hundreds now. Frame times have actually decreased. CPU temperatures are creeping up to 70. The GPU is staying at a steady 58 degrees, and you can see the power consumption on the GPU is just under 330. Yeah, and the utilization is at 100%. It's completely using up the GPU. No bottleneck there whatsoever. Very nice looking game. We're gonna go ahead and change this to balanced. Let's see what happens. Once again, another slight increase on the frame rate, and a slight decrease on the frame times, and a slight decrease on the power consumption. And I saw the GPU power consumption going down and the CPU power consumption going down. Both the GPU and the CPU power consumption going down. Very nice. But let's look at the picture quality, which is what's being impacted. Yeah, maybe a slight sacrifice, but still overall I would say it still looks nice, man. The game still looks good. Yeah, maybe objects in the far distance, the trees over there, maybe they've been affected, but I would like to say that this game is fucking optimized quite nicely, you know, because I don't have the most highest end system. It is pretty high end, I guess, but it's not the highest end whatsoever by any means. But even without any upscaling, I'm still getting playable performance. So we've entered into one of those unskippable cutscenes. This is the Duchy of Anand. This is like based in like olden time Scotland, isn't it? Tribal feudal Scotland. It must be. So one thing I would like to say that the cutscene frame times and frame rates pretty much is the same as the gameplay, like when you're actually in game, which is actually quite surprising, because a lot of games you would find a big discrepancy between the actual gameplay and the cutscene frame rates and such. Chapter 1. So yeah, as you can see, I'm very early into the game. I like this little transition. It reminds me of PowerPoint, but bougier. Okay. Oh, so that is performance. Balanced. So found a small place to say. Okay. Nice. So a lot of people here. Let's see how that impacts performance. Maybe by around 10 FPS, but overall it's still smooth. CPU has bumped up in its temperature. Maybe it's because of the fact that there's a lot more polygons on the screen because of the people, the trees, the tents. You know, looks nice. I'm gonna switch to performance now. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I must say, yeah, that even though I'm going down into the resolution, I'm going down the list, I'm not seeing that much of an impact on the image quality. I mean, that's surprising, really. Like, I am using FSR 4.1. My brother also plays this game on his rig. He has the 9070XT, with the same GPU, pretty much, but he's using 4.0, which maybe is because, I don't know, maybe he hasn't updated his Adrenaline software. But yeah, so performance mode has given us another slight increase in the FPS by 10 FPS once again. Decreases in the frame times, slight decrease, big decrease in the GPU power consumption, but I would say there's a slight decrease in the image quality, but compared to the FPS gain, I would say it's more than acceptable. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this to ultra performance. Let's see what happens. What does previous screen really do? Really? Okay, that looks horrible on the previous screen. Yeah, okay, on ultra performance you can actually notice it's the most noticeable decline in the image quality. Slightly blurry, but yeah, getting around 140, getting into the 150s. Temperatures are dropping on the GPU side, but CPU has remained the same. That's probably because it's upscaling and stuff like that is using the CPU more than anything else. Frame times have decreased below 7 ms, and the GPU power consumption has gone down. Very nice. Okay, we can see in the hair, slight blurriness in the hair and in the leaves, and in further distance objects. You can see a slight decrease in the image quality over there, especially the roadway over there. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to quality. Okay, and we can see the quality has returned, as the name suggests. Okay, so we're going to go to graphics, and we're going to change this from cinematic to ultra. Let's see what that does. 130 FPS, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Let's go back to cinematic and see what that was. Yeah, it was 115. So now, if we change to ultra, we get 126. Wow, very nice. Very nice. Over here we get 105. That's probably because of all the people on the screen. Am I? Okay. Look at this painting. Apparently the painting is AI. I heard some stuff. Stuffs and things about the AI generated art in this game. Okay, so let's continue forward actually. Yeah. Let's see if we can go this way. Can we? Your mum. Okay. Oh, fuck you, you prick. Okay, so we're gonna have to go the other way. Yeah. Let's check out the greenery over here. FPS bumps up a little bit as we leave this more populated area. But if you look towards it, you can see the FPS drop. Okay, nice. Okay, let's go ahead and change it to high. Let's see what that does to the FPS. Yeah, pretty much hovering around the same. Yeah. Look at that look at that big monument in the far distance. Let's greet this guy. Look at these beggars. Are they twins? They're twins. They are twins. I don't have any coins. I have Bitcoin. I actually don't have Bitcoin. I can't turn on the lantern. Okay, so 120 FPS with the high. settings, medium. Let's go ahead and change it. Yeah, it's pretty much staying around the same. Let's pet this dog. I can't. You can't kill the dog. Oh my god! Sorry. You look friendly. Sorry, lad. Okay, yeah. So medium settings. Game still looks okay. Not really any noticeable performance increase. Just a decrease in the temperature in the GPU. That's probably because it's working. It's having to work less. Okay, we're gonna go to low settings now and see what happens. Okay, so with low settings, we do get a definite bump in the FPS. But you can see the textures and everything have become much more simpler and flatter. Yeah, greetings, mate. That's good. Good for you, lad. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to native AA, low settings. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as you can see in the top left corner, that's the effect on the FPS. So I'm going to turn off upscaling, go to low settings. Now we get a slight increase in FPS if we don't use anti-aliasing, but there's a slight blurriness that comes from deactivating anti-aliasing. Okay, so what we're going to change this back to quality. Okay, we're going to change this back to, we're going to go to minimum. Oh, let's go to minimum, see what happens. Off this, minimum. Resolution has changed, unfortunately. Change this back. Okay, so this is minimum settings. Okay, that's minimum. Yes, that is minimum. We're going to turn on native AA. Let's see what happens. Oh, you can see how the hair quality changes when you turn on native AA. Yeah, everything looks a bit slightly nicer. So we're going to go back to ultra settings. Oh, I mean cinematic. Let's go to cinematic. Light. Back to 90 FPS. We're going to turn off ray tracing. Let's see what that does. Oh, the game looks very nice. So this is without any ray tracing. We're getting around 80 FPS. I'm going to turn ray tracing back on again. And for some reason, we get more FPS with the ray tracing on. Very, very backwards. Alright, now for something very interesting and very painful. We're going to turn on frame FSR ray generation. We're going to test out frame generation as well. Alright, prepare yourselves for a slideshow. Okay. So this is with frame generation, ray generation on. We're getting around 30 FPS, 35 ms on the frame times. Fuck, you know, everything has gone through the roof in terms of the power consumption and the temperatures. So, but this is with ray generation. Let's turn off ray tracing from here and keep this on. Let's see what happens. Can you do that? No, you can't. Okay, I guess you can't. So you have to have both on, basically. Is that what it is? Our lighting quality is so with lighting quality. Let's see, let's turn on this. Okay, so lighting quality is the thing that's been affected here. Ultra, let's turn on this, see what happens. It bumps up. Okay, let's go to cinematic. Okay, fine. Okay, Cool. So that is what the game is like when you have ray generation on. AMD FSR ray generation. Alright, I'll get it down on frame generation. Let's see what happens. Can you bump this up? Can you bump this down? No, you can't. Alright, apply. This is with frame generation, so AI frames. You can see on the frame count over here is 83, but over here is 165, which is doesn't really make any sense. Okay, so yeah, apparently I'm getting 100. Okay, so apparently getting 140 FPS. Yeah, I do see a slight bit of ghosting, I think. Do I? Yeah, I think there's a slight bit of ghosting. Unless that's just the dirt from the ground. I don't even know. Do you see any ghosting? Has the new technology, the new update on the SAR upscaling reduced ghosting with frame generation? Who knows? But this is with frame generation. We get 150 FPS on cinematic. Oh shit, the game froze for a second. Let's turn on quality with frame generation. So we get around almost close to 200 FPS. Yeah, so you can, if you want to, achieve 200 FPS, or at least close to it, using frame generation. Okay, so I'm going to turn everything back to what I would prefer without frame generation, please. I don't really appreciate it. Graphics are going to be cinematic. I'm going to leave everything like this, and this is pretty much, yeah, I would play the game like this. I'm comfortable playing the game like this. Man, these people are rude. Maybe I'm rude. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching the video. This has been your boy Ryzen Vibe playing Crimson Desert, testing out the 9070XT and the 9800X3D. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know it's been a long time since I've posted content. Yeah, I've been pretty much just living life, to be honest. Yeah, and I started a business as well, so God willing that goes well. I might reveal a few details here and there, but yeah, watch out for any new videos. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye bye.